Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thomas Rants YouTube channel. Let's talk Saturday night's main event predictions. John Cena's final show, final match. I'm going to lose my shit. The whole reason I got into wrestling was because of John Cena. I seen who John Cena was. I learned that he was a wrestler, so I watched one of his matches and it got me hooked on wrestling forever. I would never be a WWE fan if it wasn't for John Cena, genuinely. So this is like, my childhood is legit leaving now. It's, so hard. Like, I don't even think I'm going to be able to comprehend. Like, it's mental. But anyways, let's predict the matches. So, I'm going to leave Cena'S till last. Let's talk WWE Champion Cody Rhodes against NXT Champion Obafemi. Now, this match is just simply going to cook, but I'm going to say that about every single match on this card. With the power and athleticism that Obafemi has, the athleticism and technical ability that Cody Rhodes has, the natural chemistry that both men have with every single opponent, there's no way this doesn't. Like, if this match doesn't cook, I think Cody has let everyone and himself down. Oba's let everyone and himself down. And the WWE has let everyone and themselves down if this match does not cook. But it will. And it's sad to say because Obafemi is great, but I do not think they want the undisputed WWE champion, especially Cody Rhodes, losing to the NXT champion. Not obviously they want to build up the talent, but I think this is the one match where they do not want Cody losing. So I did think that Cody was going to win this, and obviously that is still good momentum for Obafemi anyway. He's just had a match with the biggest champion in the company, essentially. This ain't the World Heavyweight Champion, this is the undisputed WWE champion. So I did think Cody Rhodes was going to win, but then obviously watching Santi's app, shout out, I don't think he needs my shout outs. I'd appreciate a shout out from him because I'll take some of those subscribers, I'll be real. He pointed out something great. Drew McIntyre has not been shown up, he's been suspended, but he won't return calls because of the attack from Cody Rhodes. They've been attacking each other here and there, they've been feuding for ages, and they've probably got a title match coming up. And it's hard to pick a winner between these two because you don't want to see either man win because they're at the top of their games. Of course, Drew McIntyre's going to get involved. He's either going to cost Cody or he's going to cause a DQ. And it's going to be, oh no, we didn't get the end to this match. That's perfect. You don't want either of their top guys to lose. And we can prolong this for a good match in the future. I mean, think about it. So, my prediction is that Cody Rhodes... I've got a lisp apparently. Not a lisp, speech impediment. Cody Rhodes wins by disqualification. Drew McIntyre gets involved. Simply that. If I'm wrong and Obafemi, Drew McIntyre costs Cody and Obafemi wins, I'll be surprised. But if Obafemi just beats Cody Rhodes clean, I'll lose my fucking shit. I won't be mad at it genuinely, but I'll lose my shit. Next match. Sol Ruka. One of the best in-ring performers in NXT with a beautiful finisher, taking on my personal favourite female wrestler, a woman who has years in the game, was one of the best women's performers in NXT history. She had one of the greatest matches ever in WWE history in NXT against Sasha Banks. This is a woman who, while not having the most athleticism herself, is a great technical performer, is a powerful woman, and can put on a banger with everyone, including Nia Jax. And she has done. This is Bayley. This is the perfect opponent. You know, they could have picked one of their top stars, one of their best performers. Bayley's the perfect opponent. Let's be honest. She's just got that effect. She's the most experienced, not the most experienced, but one of the most experienced wrestlers on that roster to give a good match. She can have good chemistry with anyone. And this is going to be perfect for Sol Ruka. And we know Zoria's going to be at ringside, so there might be some shenanigans there. But the fact that Bayley isn't one of the top main stars, and this is a show to propel the future, I think Sol Ruka's getting the win. I think Sol Ruka's going to beat Bayley. It's going to hurt my heart because I don't want to see Bayley lose, obviously. But then again, Sol Ruka's so great, so I don't mind. So my prediction is Sol Ruka gets the win. The third out of the fourth matches, we have the World Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, taking on a team of Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Now, obviously, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are the Tag Team Champions. If this was for the Tag Team Championships, I would say they would retain, or they would win. but it's not for the Tag Team Championship, so it's a bit up in the air. Javon Evans just won Iron Survivor, just had a banger with Obafemi on NXT, just beat The Miz on SmackDown. He's got the most momentum you've ever seen, and he's not even a champion. Leon Slater, coming from TNA, this is that TNA collab, TNA Knockouts champion. He's been putting on bangers with Javon Evans, either in a one-on-one match or as a tag team. They've been cooking, and this match is going to cook. If you don't think it is, you're wrong. They're all great technicians, great high flyers. Again, every single one of these matches on this card are going to cook, and the fact that titles aren't on the line and the momentum Javon has, I've got to say Leon and Javon are going to win this. They're going to win it. The fact that they're going to have Oba lose, I think they want the rest of their younger talent to win. So Saul Ruger's going to win, Javon and Leon Slater are going to win. And that brings me to my main event. The one that's still building the future, but it's not NXT. And it's going to cook in its own way. We've got the sports entertainer versus the professional wrestler. The man who comes back from adversity and pulls off the miracles, never gives up and fights to a win against the man who is the adversity, the man who will keep you down. The man who has never given up since he got that gimmick. He did in 2002 and 2003 and whatever. But since then, he's not tapped out in over 20 years. Against the man who makes people tap. The man who vows to tap people out. The man who retired Goldberg. Remember that. 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. Longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Former King of the Ring. I don't know if he's the longest reigning United Kingdom Champion of all time, but he had a long fucking reign. Right? This man is Gunther. Very talented wrestler. Against John Cena in his final match. And it's his final match. It's going to cook. It's either going to be one of these matches where it tells a story where Gunther's trying to get Cena to quit and he won't. Or it's going to be just an absolute heater. Now, I said in my SmackDown review that obviously John Cena being the man who got me into wrestling, being my childhood hero, this being his final match, I would be really sad if he lost. I obviously want Cena to win. However, with the story they are telling about never giving up and I will finally give him up, I would not respect if they had Gunther pin Cena and win. I would respect from a story perspective and building Gunther up as a future star, because that's what this event is about and that's what Cena's retirement is about. Remember that. I would respect if they had Gunther tap Cena out, because Cena's went around this whole year and has said from the start of his career, he said that if he ever feels like the wheels are about to fall off, he will give it up. And he's never give up for years, 20 years. His whole gimmicks and his whole story and respect behind his characters that he's never give up. If Gunther finally makes Cena tap, that's an indication that the wheels have fell off, and that is the validation that it is truly time to give it up, because that's him letting his fans down. Not in that way, but just also like that would work with what he's been saying. And that would work so well for Gunther, because Gunther can say that within a 6-month period, he not only retired Goldberg, who beat Brock Lesnar in a minute 26, who had, it was either 1,000-day or 1,000 win streak. But he slept him with a chokehold. He didn't tap, but he slept him and retired Goldberg. If he could then say that months later, he got the greatest of all time, the most World Heavyweight Championships, the biggest superstar we've ever seen in the company, ever. Bigger than Hulk Hogan, bigger than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't even start the debate. The man who never gave up for over 20 years, if he could make him tap, that would do just an unbelievable amount for Gunther. Gunther, right, because WWE claim Roman Reigns has already transcended world titles, and so is Brock Lesnar, and so is John Cena. That would put Gunther in that status already. And the guy is nowhere near done his WWE career. So, I could make a bold prediction and say that they're going to have Gunther tap out Cena, but given that it's his last match, I'm never going to see him wrestle again. I'm going to put my money where I want to put it, and where I think they might just go to please the fans, and that's with Cena winning. And honestly, if they went with that, I still wouldn't be mad at them, because I think if there's any time to avoid the best possible story option, it's on a day like this where Cena's going to retire. You know, one of the greatest of all time is going to retire. It might not be the best story option to have Cena win, but it's a sacrifice we've got to make. So I'm going to go with Cena. Just a quick recap. I think Drew McIntyre gets involved in Cody and Oba and costs the match, causing disqualification, technically leaving Cody the winner. I think Soruga beats Bayley. I think Javon Evans and Leon Slater beat AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And I think Cena wins his final match and has an amazing goodbye. And as for Edge showing up, a lot of people think that, you know, even though they say we have Gunther locked in, maybe he might get attacked before the match and we have a surprise opponent, even a Chris Jericho or an Edge. I don't think so. I think they're going to go through the match. But I do think that, say Edge's contract ended with AEW and he decided to do something else, or they have an agreement with AEW, Edge might have an appearance to say farewell. Maybe Chris Jericho, maybe some other legends. We don't know. But that's as far as I'll go with that. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.